I am going to show you how to make this bowl, straw, and spoon that I'm showing you right here. Okay, so let's get started with how to make a Skittles bowl. So first you're going to need a bowl, and then you need some oil. So as per usual, you want to make sure you spray whatever sort of mold you're using so that your candy does not stick. Make sure that you coat it really well because you don't want that candy to stick. I'm going to use pink for my base, so I have many Skittles here. You microwave it. This took about a minute, but obviously it depends on how much candy you have, and it's always good to caution on the less time side, and then you can check it and put it in for longer if you need to. So carefully scoop it up as it may be hot, plop it into the bottom of your bowl, and just smush it here. And I am using a spatula as this is hot, and then as it cools down, you can start using your hands if you prefer. And of course, always wash your hands before you do something like this. So moving on to the outside of the bowl, I'm going to start with my red here, and I am going to do rainbow because I love rainbows so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt my Skittles for about 20 seconds, then I'm going to put it on my table here that is coated with a little bit of oil, so again your candy does not stick. Again, just be careful, it is hot, that you don't use your fingers too soon. Obviously I'm testing the temperature before I do this. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make a 1-inch sort of slab, and then I'm going to cut it into 2 strips as I'm going to try to do rainbow twice around my bowl. Okay, so once you have your strips or whatever you choose to do for your bowl, you want to carefully put it on the outside, and the most important part, you guys, is making sure that it sticks to the base of your bowl. And then obviously as you stick the strips around the bowl, you want to make sure that you sort of smush them together. So that is the most important thing, is you don't want to create this bowl and you take it out and it all falls apart. So moving on to your next color, if you are doing the strips like me, and just so you know, I am not putting this in the fridge or freezer in between, as you want to make sure that some of the Skittles on the bowl are still soft so that you can sort of smush them together when you add your extra colors. So I'm just going to work through orange, yellow, green, and blue. And again, depending on what you decide to do, you want to try to measure these strips beforehand. My blue was a little bit smaller than I anticipated. So if you want to be super accurate about this, just make sure that you use a ruler. I guess I should have done that maybe at the beginning. Alright you guys, so that's 4 out of the 5 colors. I think I said 6 colors at the beginning, but I'm not really sure why I was thinking that. Maybe because I thought I was going to do purple, I don't know. Anyway, so moving on to our last color, which is blue. And while we watch this, I'm going to acknowledge 2 more of our subscribers. And those subscribers are Gwen Toxic, so thank you so much for commenting and watching all of our videos, and the other one is H Sin. So again, thank you so much saying that you wanted a shout out, because here we are shouting you out. Okay, so once you have your bowl complete, put it in the fridge just for a little bit, as it does harden pretty quickly, but I think I left it in maybe for like 20-30 minutes. Take it back out, let it sit at room temperature for a little bit, because this will crack if it's too hard, you guys. And I just had to slightly twist mine. If you have edges that curl over and that are stuck to the outside of the bowl, make sure that you try to loosen up those a bit. But if it is at room temperature, the stuff is a little bit sort of soft, so it works a little bit better. So again, making sure that you reach room temperature again. But this came out very easily, and I'm very happy with the results. So check it out. This is my Skittles bowl that I'm gonna put ice cream in later, and it's gonna be so good. What do you guys think? Okay, so of course to eat our ice cream we need to make a Skittles spoon. So this one's actually pretty easy, you guys. I used a plastic spoon as my mold, so I'm going to cover it with oil. You can use coconut oil if you prefer. This I find easier because I just spray it on and it's all good. And I'm going to try to twist two colors. So I'm just going to get a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green. I put in the microwave for maybe 15 seconds, just soft enough so that I can crush them up. And what I'm doing here, so I'm smushing them out into long strips, and now I'm going to twist them together, and then I'm going to put it on my spoon and make a spoon, or I should say a Skittles spoon, and it's going to be so good. This was actually super easy to make. The most important part, I think, is making sure that the sort of scoop of the spoon is actually a scoop. So you want to make sure that you really press hard into those Skittles to ensure that you have a nice little, I don't know, you don't just want to say spoon, but like a little sort of like pool or like a little bowl in your spoon so that when you actually use it, you can hold stuff. I put it in the fridge again, maybe the freezer this time, I'm not really sure, I don't remember, but it came out perfectly, you guys. So again, just making sure that it's in, obviously, a cold place until it's cold enough to take out. And check it out, it fits perfectly with my bowl. Moving on to the Skittles drinking straw, because we just love Skittles so much, why not drink up some liquid using a Skittles straw, and then you can just eat it afterwards. I'm gonna attempt to make a rainbow one, because rainbows are just so awesome. So I melted all my colors soft enough so that I can just mush them together, use a little rolling pin, and just roll those little balls of Skittles out. I coated my straw in oil again so that I can slide it out afterwards, as this is my mold. So I'm just going to place my straw on top of all these Skittles. You'll see that I cut the edge to make it flat. And obviously I cut it before I put the straw on, so now that I have the straw on, I'm just going to carefully peel up the Skittles. And remember to put oil on your surface as well, you guys, so it doesn't stick too much. I'm going to carefully mold it around the straw, and then when I've gotten completely around it, I'm going to cut off the edges on the other side. The last step, you guys, is just sort of smushing your two ends together, and the Skittles are still soft enough that you can do this. And then I just rolled it on the table quite a bit to make sure that it has a nice round shape. And you know, this was surprisingly easy. It actually sticks together very well. And then you're pretty much done, because that's it. That's all. Once you're happy with it, put it in the fridge or freezer, and then again, making sure that when you take it out, you let it sit at room temperature, and then you're going to slide out your straw. And mine came out surprisingly easy, so I hope that is the same for you guys. So again, just make sure that you guys use oil. And that is all, you guys. Check it out. We're going to add some delicious ice cream, and we're going to put some Skittles on top because we can't get enough Skittles. Thanks again so much, you guys. Make sure you guys keep coming back to watch our videos, and make sure you subscribe and leave a comment saying you want a shout.